आओ 10 मिनट आनापान की साधना का अभ्यास करें। आनापान की साधना का अभ्यास करें। पालथी मारकर बैठ जाएं। आराम से सुखपूर्वक जिस आसन में आराम से बैठ सकते हैं उसी आसन में बैठें। कमर, पीठ, गर्दन सीधे रखें। आंखें बंद रखें। ध्यान के समय हमेशा आंखें बंद रहनी चाहिए। आंखें खुलेगी तो मन भटक जाएगा, तो आंखें बंद ही रहे। जो लोग ऐनक लगाते हैं वो ऐनक उतार कर ध्यान करेंगे। मुंह भी बंद रखें। सांस मुंह से नहीं लेना है, नासिका से लेना है। तो सारा ध्यान नासिका के द्वारों पर। सारा ध्यान नासिका के द्वारों पर केंद्रित करके जानते रहें। सांस भीतर आ रहा है तो आ रहा है, बाहर जा रहा है तो जा रहा है, यही जानना है। बस इसे जानते रहें, निरंतरता से जानते रहें, बड़े ध्यान से जानते रहें। सांस बाईं नासिका में से गुजर रहा है या दाहिनी नासिका में से गुजर रहा है, या दोनों नासिकाओं में से गुजर रहा है, बड़े ध्यान से, बड़े ध्यान से जाने। उसे बदलने की कोशिश नहीं करें। बायां है तो बायां है, दाहिना है तो दाहिना है, केवल जाने, केवल जानना ही है। सांस लंबा है तो लंबा है, छोटा है तो छोटा है, उसे भी बदलने की कोशिश नहीं करें। केवल जानना है, केवल जानना है। ये सांस आया, ये सांस गया, ये सांस आया, ये सांस गया। सांस से सांस पर मन लगा रहे। सांस से सांस पर मन लगा रहे। मन भटके तो उसे फिर सांस पर ले आए। भटकने ही न दें, पर भटके तो फिर सांस पर ले आए। मन को नाक के दरवाजों पर लगाए रखें। दृढ़ता पूर्वक लगाए रखें। एक पहरेदार की तरह, एक द्वारपाल की तरह खूब सजग, खूब सचेत, एक भी सांस बिना जानकारी के भीतर आने न पाए। एक भी सांस बिना जानकारी के बाहर जाने न पाए। एक एक सांस पर पहरा लगा रहे। एक एक सांस की पहरेदारी होती रहे। खूब सजग, खूब सचेत, खूब सावधान, सावधान, सावधान। अपने ही सांस के प्रति सावधान, सांस के आवागमन के प्रति सावधान। भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं, भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं, भवतु सर्वमङ्गलम्। बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे। विश्राम करो, विश्राम करो।
I hope after experiencing this serenity, all of you must be feeling light at heart and hence would love to know more about how to deal with and reduce the negative or unproductive thoughts through Vipassana and how can it be practiced easily from wherever you are. For the same, I would like to introduce our speaker, Dr. Nikhil Mehta, who is a practicing doctor since 1991, finished his MBBS back then, and wanted to deeply study psychiatry and psychology. Fortunately, on one of his friends' request, he got the opportunity to attend his first Vipassana course in 1991. And that's when he found the most important tool and technique to change the habit pattern of mind. Since then, he is a regular Vipassana practitioner, volunteer, and teacher. Currently, he is the research coordinator and senior research panelist at Vipassana Research Institute, Dhammagiri, Igatpuri. I now invite Dr. Nikhil Mehta to address the audience on how to deal with negativity of mind through Vipassana meditation.
Am I audible, Isha? Yeah. So, thanks, and I welcome all the participants for today's lecture on negativities of the mind. So, let's talk today something about our mind. Very complex phenomena. This mind is a very complex phenomena. But fortunately, each one of us can understand the mind, his own mind, with his own experience. So let's start with the gross realities. So the gross reality is whenever something happens which you don't like some incidents in the life, someone says some bad words to you, and something such things happen you don't like, then you react, and you react with the negativities. So you means we all react with negativities, and these negativities are like anger. You react with anger, or maybe depression, or a lot of worries will come in your mind. So many things, or maybe ego will come. So many negative emotions will arise in the mind with some incident happen in the outside world. And that's the story, and you have experienced it. Something has happened unwanted, and a lot of anger has come from within. A lot of depression has come from within. Now there are different habit patterns for every individual. So some person may react with a lot of anger, and some person may react with a lot of depression. So something went wrong and he is very depressed. Something went wrong and another person is very angry. Something went wrong, another person is very anxious. So that's the truth that anyone can experience. And we experience it in everyday's life. Now, if these negative emotions are helping us, then it's fine. But what happens? What happens? Like if anger comes, what happens? How you feel? So you don't feel nice. When the anger is there, you are so angry and you don't feel nice. When the depression comes, you don't feel nice. So the frequency of these negativities, or in olden days, They call it as dharma. Dhareti ti dharma means whatever your mind is carrying now is your frequency, of the mind. So suppose there are negative emotions in the mind. So there is a negative frequency all around in the mind, and it will also affect the body. So there is anger. So there is a negative frequency in the mind, and also it will affect the body. So till today, I haven't met a single person who's saying that, sir, yesterday I had a bout of hunger. Something happened and I was so angry, and such a delightful experience. And I felt so nice with that anger. And I wish that every day I get anger, which due to some or other reason I should get angry every day, and my life will be so beautiful. No one will come with this experience. No one will come with this saying. No one will say, every day I should get these thoughts of depression, and wow, I am feeling so nice. No one will come with this experience, because the frequency, the vibration of these negative thoughts and they are unpleasant. No one will like this frequency, this dharma of these negativities of your mind. And that's why what we do is, whenever such negative emotions are within, such dharma, the mind is carrying such dharma, such negative emotions, we try to find out some solution. So when there is some anxiety is going inside, some depression is going inside, you are upset with something, you find out the way to get the peace again. So there are so many ways. One is that you will divert your mind. So you will listen something, you will talk to someone, to your friend, you will watch something, you will eat something, some other sensation, some other experience. Some may like to read something, some may like to recite something. So various means and ways of coming out of that emotion. One more thing we have to understand about this nature of the mind. Now let's take an example. So it's an office, and there are in the office there are, office means there is a staff and there is a boss. So one day morning, the boss came and started shouting at this staff. Two of staff members were there, and he started shouting at them. He shouted and he went off. Now what happened with the staff? So one staff member was so upset that said, "Oh, he always shouts at me and etc. What I did wrong, and I will see to him, and I will file a case against him, and blah blah blah." And he was so disturbed, and all throughout the day he was disturbed. See the nature of the mind. It is same with everyone. One incident happens, the boss has shouted him just once, but what happened to him is, throughout the day he was remembering that incident again and again reacting thousands of times. So same happens with someone has said some bad word just once, and what happens to us? We are recalling it again and again, thousand times, and reacting to that again and again, and becoming unhappy again and again. So same happened with this person. He went home and his children came around him and he shouted at them, see the another nature, see the nature again. Whatever we carry with us, we share with others. So he was upset, he was frustrated, and his very near and dear ones, they came close to him and he shouted on them. And this also happens with us, that if we are upset, we will share our frustration to our near and dear ones. That's again the nature of the mind. So that's the story of this person. The second staff member was a wise person. So he didn't reacted with this negativity of anger and anxiety and etc. etc. He said, oh, what happened to my boss? Then he also checked with himself whether I was wrong or not. And he said, no, I was not wrong. So something is wrong with the boss. Let me go and clear it. So he was at peace. He was not disturbed. So maybe after an hour, he went to the boss's cabin and he just entered. And he entered and boss said, oh, I am extremely sorry. I was so disturbed in the morning. Something has happened in the family and etc. etc. And I shouted at you. I am extremely sorry. And the topic has closed. Now you can see the difference of the reaction. One was so negative, full of negative with so much of reaction. Another person remained calm and quiet, and he solved the problem very easily, very positively. So one understands, a wise person with his life experiences understands, oh, that day this thing happened and unnecessarily I was so angry, and see what happened in the anger. I said these words to my friend or my family members, and everything is disturbed, and oh, what I did. Oh, that day I was depressed, and see what I did. So everyone knows, every wise person knows that, oh, what I did in this negative situation of mine. So he also decides, he reads something, he listens some lecture, and he decides that, yeah, I have to come out of this habit pattern of my mind. So he take a resolution that, yeah, henceforth I will not get angry. But my dear friends, what happens? Something goes wrong, and we even don't know when anger has come. It has taken up. It is there in our mind, and then we said something wrong words, and then we realize, oh, I have decided not to get angry. Isn't it? So just deciding will not will not solve our problem. We have to do something. So what simple thing is happening is, one fact is, my mind is carrying all these negativities, this bunch of negativities, so much of negativities in my mind. Yeah, we see some people around us that they don't carry so much of negativities, but most of us carry so much of negativities inside. Secondly, we understand that just instructing my mind is not resolving the problem. The reason is, when we analyze the reason is, my mind is not in my control. Even though it's my mind and I'm instructing my mind, henceforth not to get angry, not to get anxious, not to get depressed, but my mind is not listening. My mind is going with the same habit pattern. Same happens with the addicts. They know very well this drinking alcohol is not good for them. So many bad effects. But the mind is not in their control. So same with all other negativities. So we have to learn something. So this is one technique is known as what we did today is anapana. So what is this anapana? An means incoming breath, apan means outgoing breath, and we are just observing this breath. So we are sitting quietly, closing our eyes, and we are just observing. We are not even taking it deliberately. It is coming naturally. It is coming on its own and it is going on its own. We are just observing. Our mind needs something to get attached with. You can't just leave your mind like this. It will go in some thoughts. So here we are taking help of the breath. And why breath is very important? One is it's a universal thing. Breath is same for everyone, any universal human being, and the breath is a very common phenomenon for him. And we cannot divide this breath as a Hindu breath and a Muslim breath and a Christian breath. No, breath is breath. So anyone can watch it. Anyone can do this anapana. And even these negativities are not, we cannot divide the anger as, oh, this was a Hindu anger and this was a Muslim anger and this was a Buddha anger and etc. Anger is anger. It's again a universal phenomena. So there is a universal phenomena and we need a universal answer for that. It cannot happen that Hindu person is getting anger and he is not getting affected by the anger because he is a Hindu. Or a rich person is getting anger and he is not getting affected by the anger. And the poor person will get affected by the anger, or maybe Christian person is getting affected by the anger. That's not the story. So the problem is universal. The answer should be universal. So we are taking help of this anapana, and what happens with this is when you start doing it and you have done it now, so you have told your mind to watch your breath, to observe your breath. And what was the experience? You felt some, you observed some breaths coming in, going out. After few breaths, your mind wandered. Your mind wanders somewhere and then you realize, oh, my mind has wandered. You came back and again start observing. Again, mind wandered. Again, you came back. So that is the story. That is the nature of the mind. So mind, one realization is for every one of us, the mind is not in our control. This is my mind and I have instructed my mind, oh my dear friend, please observe the breath. But he is not staying there. He is going to his own way, where he wants to go. Maybe some thought pattern of yesterday, thinking of yesterday or day before or 10 years before, or he can jump into the future, thinking something of the future. So he just wandering past and future, not ready to stay in the present moment. Now, what is our effort? If it wanders, wonders. We are not fighting with it. That's his nature. So wondered, we just bring it back. Wonders, we just bring it. What will happen? If you continue doing this practice, you can do it at home, 10-15 minutes in the morning, 10-15 minutes in the evening, or whenever you get time. So slowly you will realize that now my mind has started settling over here. So someone may just he's focusing on his mind for a minute, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And as mind starts staying on the breath, in the breath, there is no wandering, and you feel so much of peace within. When there is a wandering, your mind is in the thoughts. These thoughts, they carry some pattern. Like some thoughts are like you want something, some thoughts are you don't want something to happen, something don't want to happen. So a lot of stress is there. So there is no peace in that thoughts. So when you come to the breath and you come out of the thoughts, you feel so peaceful. You must have experience. You feel so peaceful. And as you go ahead and keep on doing this, you feel better and better. So one stage is happened that you now started becoming master of your mind. You started controlling your mind, you are becoming master. So you are reducing, if suppose in a day something has happened, you are very disturbed, you came back home, start watching your breath, and you will realize within few minutes you settle down. So some person his habit is in the morning, he something has happened and he got upset, and he is upset till evening. Something again is going in whole day in a negativity, and he is not able to focus on his work, he is not good with others, and so many things you have experienced it. So if he starts doing anapana every day, and after such incidences, he will realize that now in 4 hours I'm feeling better. As slowly his practice increases, within few hours, maybe 1 hour, half an hour, again he is positive. Within 10 minutes he is positive. So he will come out of that negativity very soon if he start watching his breath. And there is one beautiful nature of mind. When you come out of negativity, there is a positive. You don't have to do anything for that. So it is like the sun is there and the black clouds has come, and you don't see the sun, you don't see the positivity, and the black clouds are going away, and you see the sun is there, you don't have to do anything. So for a mind, there is a positivity, full of positivity inside. You just come out of these negative thoughts and you are again positive. So experience this, you do it this anapana every day, and you realize so much of change within yourself. So 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 that is the first step. But that is not enough. That is not enough, because still the negativity is inside. What you have done is you have tackled the negativity in a better way, but it is there. It has not happened that you are not getting angry now. It has not happened that you are not getting depressed now. All the depression is finished. Whatever may happen in the life, and you are not depressed. whatever may happen in the life, and you are not angry. This is not happening. So for that, you have to go to the next step, and the next step is a Vipassana meditation. You must have heard this about Vipassana meditation. Vipassana meditation is taught by Buddha 2000, almost 2600 years ago. And you must be knowing the story of Buddha. Buddha is like a normal human being like us, and he was a prince of a small kingdom and living a very comfortable life, a lot of luxury and everything around him. But he was a very sensitive person, very sensitive human being. And he realized that something goes wrong in the life and I am getting the negativities in the mind. Same like us, same like everyone. It is same. Every human being is the same. So he was feeling that, oh, I'm getting anger, I'm getting jealousy, I'm getting hatred, and I'm getting animosity and ego and all everything. And he was so sensitive. He also sensed that whenever such thing happens, I'm losing my peace in the life. I'm losing my happiness. I'm so happy with everything around, and something happens and I'm losing my happiness. I'm losing my peace. So I must do something. Then he was looking around him also, his father and his mother, and all around his friends, and he was experiencing the same thing. Oh, everyone is having this issue. So he said, let me find out how to tackle these issues, because otherwise no one will be happy. And that is why at the age of 29 he left the home. Not because he fought with his father and he left the home and something happened, went wrong. No, he left the home to find out the way out of this, and not just for himself, for the whole mankind, for the whole mankind. So he left, did so many experiments of meditation, different meditation techniques, and after 6 years he found this way. He himself found of this way. He started with anapana, and his mind was so focused and he was at peace. And then he found Vipassana. So what is this Vipassana? And the meaning of word Vipassana is Pashyana is to see as it is, to see with open eyes, like Pashyana. And Vipassana is to see as it is. So you are watching yourself as a third person. So what he realized, and that's the most important research done by Buddha. I feel all these saintly people, sages and saints, they were the super masters of the mind. In the Western world and in today's world, everyone is finding out, doing some research on some material things. But these saints and sages in India, they did experiments on themselves, on their mind, and they found out such a beautiful answers for all of us. So what Buddha realized, very important realization, very important research. So he found out the reason of these negativities. So what was that realization? What he found, and even today we can realize it. if we go through this course of Vipassana, we attain such a subtle state of mind where we become so sensitive, and we can also experience what Buddha has experienced. So what he experienced when his mind becomes so peaceful, he became so sensitive, so he experienced anything touches his sense doors. So sense doors are eyes and ears and nose and tongue and skin and mind. So these six sense doors. So anything comes. If you see something, if we hear something, if we test something, some thought comes in the mind. So something touches his sense door. What happens? Like we hear some sound. So immediately, all over the body, there is one sensation is created. Today, scientists they have done a lot of research, and they have come to this that with every emotion in the mind, we get a different chemical which secretes throughout our body. So same experience Buddha has experienced himself, that some sound and there is a sensation. Second thing he experienced, that if the words are words of praise for him, like, oh, you are such a nice person and something like that. So second thing happens is mind evaluates that, oh, these are the words of praise. And immediately these sensations in the body, they turn into a pleasant sensation. You feel so nice within. Some good words on you are hearing some good words and pleasant sensations. The third thing you realize that your mind, your subconscious mind, likes this pleasantness. Mind says, wow, I'm feeling so nice. And the fourth thing happens is mind says, oh, it should happen again and again. So the craving arises that, oh, such a beautiful. So he said, Passa Pachaya Vedana. Passa means touch. Pachaya means generates. Vedana. Vedana means samvedana, sensation. Vedana Pachaya Tanha. Tanha means craving. It may be craving of aversion, or it may be like liking for aversion or craving. So suppose some bad words, immediately evaluation in the mind, oh, now these are not good words, these are bad words for you. Immediately that sensations in the body turn into a very unpleasant sensations, a painful sensations in the body. And what happens then is mind says, oh, your subconscious mind, which is attached, which knows the sensation, says, oh, they are not good, I don't want it. So there is a aversion. So tanha of aversion, tanha of craving, tanha of aversion. And body says, oh, I don't want it. So this is happening continuously. You hear something and immediately there is a flow and then immediately reaction. So this reaction of mind of wanting it or not wanting it, aversion and craving. You taste something, you see something, some thoughts, and same will happen. So when you go through this course of Vipassana, where first 3 days you learn this Anapana, and then your mind is so peaceful, so focused, and you start realizing the sensation which is happening now. Even now the sensations are happening in the body, but our mind is so gross, so we will not understand. But when mind is so focused, we start understanding this phenomenon. So he realized this truth. And so what he realized next is very important, is that he was experiencing this phenomena, and he was also experiencing, oh, these sensations come, unpleasant sensation comes, this pleasant sensations comes, but they don't stay. Their nature of sensations is impermanent. They just come, stay for some time and go away. So this pleasant experience will be there for some time, it will pass off. This unpleasant experience for some time, it will pass off. So then he said, why to react them? Because when you react, you are getting disturbed. When you react, you are getting disturbed. You react, you generate a negativity. This is the generation of negativity. You are reacting. So you are reacting with anger, you are reacting with depression, etc. etc. So he got the root cause and he got the answer. Not to react. Why to react? Because they are impermanent, they are coming and going. Why to react? So same thing we learn in a Vipassana course. So you reach a stage as you proceed in a Vipassana course of 10 days. Every one of us comes to that stage. Maybe some gets more development, some less, but everyone some or other way reaches this stage that he starts feeling the sensations. He also, because of the old habit pattern, he keeps on reacting to those sensations. But slowly, as they teach over there that, oh, they are impermanent, don't react, just watch, just observe, just do vipassana, just observe it, just see as it is. And then you train your mind slowly to watch it, and you start feeling so peaceful because now you are not reacting. So you come back from the course, and what happens? The outside world is same. It will not change like you have done a vipassana, so everything has changed. Oh, it will not happen. So same things will happen in your life. But what will happen now? So some bad words to you, maybe 10 times some bad words to you, 8 times you are reacting because of your old habit pattern. 1 or 2 times you start realizing, oh, bad words, and see such a bad sensations, unpleasant sensations in my body. Let me watch it, and no, they don't stay. You are watching it, they pass off, and you are at peace. And slowly this habit pattern changes, and then most of the time in the life you are at peace. So you can change, you can come out of your negativities. So this was happening at the time of Buddha. Buddha himself did the same thing and came out of his habit pattern and then became a Buddha, a very peaceful person. And when, as I said, that's the habit pattern of mind. What you have, you share. So maybe little you are coming out of your negativities and you start feeling so much of peace within, you want to share it. So same happened with Buddha. So Buddha, when came out of all the negativities of mind and such a peacefulness within, the compassion came in his mind, and he started sharing this technique of vipassana for 45 years of his life. From 35 years to 80 years of his life, he just taught it. our institute, Vipassana Research Institute, we did a research, and after Buddha, 500 years after Buddha, we didn't found a world Buddha. He never taught Buddhism. He never taught ism. He just, what he experienced, he just shared it with others out of compassion. He never taught any ism. He never taught any sectarian thing. He just taught what he experienced. So we have researched it, and we don't found any word Buddha after him for 500 years. So please understand, he never taught Buddhism. Buddha never taught Buddhism. He just taught a technique, universal solution to mankind to come out of the negativity. So even today, with ourselves, with so many of meditators, we can see that he had a nature of anger, and he come out of his nature. Now he doesn't get angry so much. Someone is depressed, he's coming out of depression. Someone is very anxious, thinking continuously, come out of this habit pattern. Someone has an addiction, he comes out of that addiction. And then so much of positivity in the life. When the negativities go away, so much positive. So he's doing so many good things in the life. He's doing his profession very nicely, ethically, and so much of change in his life. So this is Vipassana. This is the answer for the negativities. Yeah, one realization is, yeah, there is a negativities. One must accept this realization, looking towards oneself, that yeah, I have so much of negativities, I have this type of negativities, and then one should try to come out of it. Very interesting quote of Buddha. He said, I helped only one person, and that is myself, to come out of the negativities. I can't help others to come out of their negativities. I can't do anything. I can just show him the path. I know how to go from Pune to Mumbai. I have walked that path. You have to go here, then take left, then take right, then go straight. I know this path. I have walked it. I can tell others how to reach Mumbai, but I can't take him to Mumbai. So it is very clear, his message was very clear, that we have to work out to come out of the negativities. We have to walk on the path, and we have to come out of the negativities, and that no one else will help in that process. So this is Anapana. You can begin with Anapana certainly at home. For a course of Vipassana, you must come to a Vipassana center, because there you have to go through this process of 10 days. And in a 10 day, around 8-10 hours of meditation every day. So there is no disturbance. You are just focusing on yourself, and you reach within this 10 days, you reach a stage, you start knowing the sensations on the body, and you try not to react to them, and you slowly start coming out of the negativities. So please come. My request is, try once. Yeah, if you don't like, you are your own master, you can leave it. But at least such a pure thing is available for us, and you should come and take an experience of these 10-day courses. There are so many centers. I think there is also center around Ahmedabad and so many centers in Gujarat. Few more things about these courses is for these 10 days, there are no fees, there are no charges. One thing is that we are going there to get rid of our ego. And if we keep charges, what will happen? Like you go there, yeah, everything is fine over there. Food is good, residential facilities is good. But now you have paid. So what will happen? You go there and you will say, oh, I have paid so much of money and see the food. I have paid so much money and see the accommodation. So the ego is rising up. Now, as there are no fees, you go there as a sannyasis. You just beg you for your food. That, oh, please give me food for today. So you are reducing your ego. Second reason is if we keep some fees, then maybe some part of the society can come to afford there, but not all. Maybe a person who's earning every day and he will say, oh, I have to go for 10 days, that's a loss itself, and I have to pay a fees. So it is open for all. Anyone can come there. So you can see a cross section of the society, a very rich CEO of a company and one simple person who is just having some very small work, doing some small work, sitting together. All castes and all creed and everyone is there, because the problem is universal and the solution is universal. After the course, after the 10 days, if you wish that, oh, I have benefited with this course and someone else should get benefit, then you can donate something. But that is not for you. That is for someone who is coming for the course in the future. So this is Vipassana. If you have any questions, please come up with the questions.
Thank you so much, Mehta sir, for such an insightful session by giving true life examples, explained in simple and easy, understandable ways, and which made us introspect and to take a deep dive within ourselves. And now I would request the participants, if you have any questions and queries, you can come ahead and ask. And I request Yash to unmute the participants.
मुझे ये पूछना था कि विपश्यना का जो 10 दिन का जो सेशन हमने किया और उसके बाद जब हम घर आते हैं और फिर डेली लाइफ में लग जाते हैं, लेकिन फिर उसको उसी मतलब मान लो कि 10 घंटे कर रहे हैं तो 10 घंटे तो नहीं करना है, लेकिन 2 घंटे 3 घंटे करना है। तो उसके लिए क्या हमको पहले प्रोसेस करनी चाहिए ताकि हमारा मन, क्योंकि अभी तो क्या वो 10 दिन में से पहले 2 दिन तो ऐसे ही चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि वो चिंता है या फिर पूरी पुरानी बातें याद आती है या क्या करूंगा ये बता सब आता है। फिर लास्ट में तीसरे दिन से फिर ऐसा लगता है हाँ सही है। पर यहाँ तो क्या हो रहा है, आने के बाद कुछ ना कुछ तो दिन में जो भी कुछ हुआ है वो दिमाग में आ ही रहा है और बाकी भी बहुत सारे काम हैं। में 2-3 घंटे या फिर 2 घंटे कम से कम निकाल सके, और इसमें ये सब हमको विपश्यना जैसा ही अनुभव हो, ऐसा कुछ।
तो मैं बताऊं तो आपको हिंदी में ही बताता हूँ। तो एक्चुअली क्या है कि वैसे अनुभव तो धीरे धीरे आएगा लाइफ में। जो जो वहाँ आया था आपको कोर्स में, कि वहाँ तो क्या था, आप इतने शांत अवस्था थी, इतने सेंसिटिव हो गए थे। बाहर आते हैं तो बहिर्मुखी हो जाते हैं, तो उतनी सेंसिटिविटी हमारी कम हो जाती। पर जब आप बाहर आके बैठते हैं, सुबह थोड़ा समय बैठे, जैसे आपने कहा आधा एक घंटा सुबह, आधा एक घंटा शाम को, तो उसमें प्रोसेस क्या होता है कि मन में सारे थॉट, जैसे मैंने कहा दिन में जो कुछ हुआ सारा आ रहा है मन में, तो आनापान शुरू किया। थोड़ा थोड़ा आनापान करके मन को शांत किया, फिर विपश्यना का अभ्यास शुरू किया। तो आपको इतना तो अनुभव में आता है कि जो मेरा मन इतना जो निगेटिव हो गया था, बेचैन हो गया था, सारी बातें याद आ रही थी, सारी खुशी चली गई थी, शांति, वो ध्यान के बाद मुझे फिर से अब ठीक लगने लगा। इतना भी हुआ ना शुरुआत में तो काफी है। तो जैसे ठीक लगा, तो वो आपको याद है, अरे देख मैं कितना डिस्टर्ब था, अब मुझे कितना अच्छा लग रहा है, चलो काम हो रहा है मेरा। बस इतनी छोटी अपेक्षा से अगर आप ध्यान करने लगे ना रोज, तो ऐसी अवस्था आएगी धीरे धीरे जीवन में कि दिन भर में बहुत कुछ हुआ है और आप ध्यान को बैठे हैं, और इतना डीप ध्यान लगने लगा कि जैसे आप शिविर में बैठे हैं। बट वो तो धीरे धीरे होगा। बट आपको बैठना तो चाहिए ही, रोज बैठेंगे, रोज करेंगे तो ही। और फिर वहाँ जैसे आपके सिटी में कोई ऐसे साधक है जो हफ्ते में एक बार एक साथ बैठ रहे हैं, उनके साथ जाके बैठना चाहिए। कोई एक दिन का शिविर है, आप अभी एक दिन का भी कर सकते हैं क्योंकि आपने सीखा है, तो वो करना चाहिए। तो ऐसे आपने करना शुरू रखा ना, तो ही आपको लाभ हो। कुछ दिन जिम में जाके आए और छोड़ दिया, तो कैसे लाभ होगा? आपको रोज जिम में जाना चाहिए। तो ऐसे ही रोज करना चाहिए। तो कीजिए आप रोज, और देखिए आजू बाजू में और कौन करता है, तो उनके साथ करेंगे तो और लाभ होगा।
और एक दूसरा प्रश्न था, जैसे विपश्यना, जैसे अभी आपने समूह में सबसे बात करने, मतलब सबके साथ करने की जो बात की, तो हम जब ध्यान समूह में करते हैं और एकांत में करते हैं, उसमें भी हम थोड़ा भिन्न अनुभव करते हैं।
हाँ बिल्कुल, क्योंकि
हाँ,
समूह में क्या होता है, बाकी सारे ध्यान करने तो आपको भी मदद मिलती है उनसे। जब आप अकेले हैं तो आपकी आपकी ताकत थोड़ी कम हो गई। बट हमें एक स्थिति ऐसी आनी चाहिए धीरे धीरे धीरे, कि अकेले ही हम मजबूत हो गए। क्योंकि अकेले हमें ही अपने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने हैं। तो ये स्थिति आती है, आपको डट के करना ही है ध्यान। आएगी ये स्थिति, अवश्य आएगी।
जी जी, धन्यवाद। क्योंकि
अच्छा।
वहाँ भी जब सेशन किया था, मतलब 10 दिन के लिए, तो लास्ट में जो के एक रूम में जब डालते हैं, तो
हम्म।
तब तब सबसे अधिक कष्ट होता है।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
क्योंकि तब तब ऐसा लगता है कि यार अब क्या करें, इसीलिए। और यहाँ वैसी स्थिति होती है ना कभी कभी, कि हम
हाँ,
किसी के साथ नहीं है, तो वो एक तरीके का।
नहीं, और इसी में ही जैसे आप अकेले बैठे और अपेक्षा नहीं करनी है कि ऐसा ऐसा होना चाहिए। हम क्या करते हैं, जैसे गोयंका जी हमेशा कहते हैं ना, हमें कंपेयर नहीं करना है। जो क्षण गया वो गया, अभी क्या हो रहा है। तो अभी जैसे आप बैठे और डिस्टर्ब है, तो बस विपश्यना मत कीजिए, बस आनापानी करते बैठे आधा घंटा, जब तक मन शांत नहीं होता, और फिर विपश्यना का अभ्यास शुरू कीजिए। ऐसे कीजिए।
धन्यवाद।
And
Sir, can you say about the 10 days courses and circulars?
about
Vipassana, Dhyan, meditation uh, from 10 days.
yeah, so we discussed the same thing. Na? So for these 10 days, first you have to follow some rules and regulation that is known as Shila. Shila means morality. So when you enter the course of 10 days, you have to take a precept, you have to take a vow that you will not kill anyone, you will not steal anything, you will not tell lies, you will follow the celibacy for 10 days, and you will not take any intoxicants. So this for 10 days, then you are your own master. You go outside and do what you want. But when you are in the course, you come to the course, you come to the center, you have to follow these 5 precepts. And why these 5 precepts? Because when you follow these 5 precepts, when you break any of these precepts, this is not just rites and rituals. Everything is science, science of mind. So when you break anything, you want to kill something, you have to generate a lot of anger or a lot of lust within yourself. You want something and then you are killing him. You are stealing something, you again craving for something. So you are disturbing your mind before doing such actions. And when you disturb your mind, you can't focus on the breath. You can't go for a second stage of samadhi. This is samadhi, focusing on the breath. So that's why you follow the conduct, moral conduct. Then your mind is at peace. Then you start following this second step of Vipassana, that is Anapana, Samadhi, Shil Samadhi. And then in 3 days, you are practicing Samadhi, and slowly your mind is focused in a very small area. You experience that. And then you start understanding the sensations. Wherever you go, you can take your mind and you feel something. You feel something. You feel something. It is happening now, but you're not feeling it. But at that stage, you start feeling it. And then one part is you're feeling something and you are not reacting. So that is a third step of Vipassana known as Pradnya. Pradnya is Pratyaksha Jnana. You are experiencing yourself. No one else is telling you something, oh, this is a life and this is what happens inside and this is how react. No one else. You are knowing yourself, oh, this is a reality. So Pradnya. So these 3 steps, so you learn these 3 steps in this 10 days, and then you come out and you know that, oh, there is a change in my habit pattern.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this insightful session. I have a query that when I started initially doing Anapana session, 10 minutes Anapana session, then for initially couple of days, I found that it is really very effective, and I found myself at peace after the session. But as I got into more practice, what I now experience, the thought process and the breath, both I have synchronized, and thoughts continue and breath also continue. My concentration or focus is there at the point of the nose. I'm observing my breath, and parallelly my thought process is also, it is in rhythm with that. So I do not know whether it is right or wrong.
Yeah, there are different things happen. Sometimes like you're watching your breath, and totally coming out of the thought process and feeling so peaceful. So just you're feeling the breath. And also there is a change in the breath. Sometimes the breath is very harsh, sometimes it is very soft and subtle. Sometimes if something is happening in the life and some some little strong issues or something is happening very strongly and so much thoughts inside due to that outside situation, so when you start watching your breath, so you're realizing breath at the same time a lot of thoughts are there. So that can also happen. So keep doing anapana. Maybe in that stage, you can deliberately take a breath for few, just for a minute or two, deliberately. So in anapana, you're not taking a deliberate breath, but here you can take a deliberate breath, deliberately taking and leaving it, and then your mind settles down much better, and then again work on natural breath. So you can try that. But most importantly, now you should take a second step. You must go for a Vipassana course, and then actually you will get a real benefit. So try and take out 10 days of your life.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will do that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah, we feel from where we should take out 10 days, so many things to do, and how can I do? But you come there and you will see such a senior bureaucrats and such a busy people, a business person and executives, and everyone is coming there, taking out their 10 days. Why we should take out the 10 days.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Surely I will go for this. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Sir,
Yes,
may I ask you one question, sir?
yes, please.
Sir, I am Dr. Srinivasan from Madurai.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, ji. The question is, how does Vipassana deviates from transcendental meditation?
Actually, because I have never experienced transcendental meditation, so it's very difficult for me to answer this question. I think in transcendental meditation, they focus on the thoughts or something like that. Na? I have heard like this. Can you share me what they do actually in transcendental meditation?
Yeah, in transcendental meditation,
Hmm.
and if you happen to read that, the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Samadhi Pada,
Hmm.
where you see the Dharmamega Samadhi called the cloud of virtues, where your vasanas, karmas, and impressions are roasted, and you are free from all kinds of, this hullabaloo, and then finally you are prepared for emancipation, freedom, or by entering into Kaivalya Samadhi. That is transcendental.
Yeah, yeah. So I think see what happened is, I think these sages and saints, they come in a different life time period and they have a different language. But I think if we read with all the experience like Kabir and Nanak and so many others, that we come to know they are experiencing the same things. We may, the words may be differed depending upon this different time period. So we have to study actually on all this, that what actually, but many a times what we experience in Vipassana courses, some Christian priest is sitting in the course and he comes to it after the course and say, hey, you are teaching Christianity in the name of Vipassana. The Lord Christ has said same things. You are teaching the same thing. Some Jain Muni will come and say the same thing. some Hindu sannyasi will come and will say, oh, Gita says the same thing. So I think we have to study all these things, and I think they are experiencing the same things. So, but what more important is the word they have used in Vipassana is ehipassiko. Ehipassiko means now and here, now and here. So you're doing something and you are experiencing the benefit here itself. It is not like that, oh, after death I will get this and that and etc. etc. Now and here. So I think this should happen. I always feel that anyone can do any type of meditation. Definitely, he can choose. He is a master of himself. He can choose any path of meditation, but it should be ehipassiko. You should get the benefits right now. So I think I am not able to actually answer your question because I haven't gone through this transcendental meditation literature and etc. etc.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Oh.
I guess there are no more questions. So I now request all of you to be seated peacefully once again for Anapana practice in English. And I request Yash to play the English audio of Anapana.
Now let us practice Anapana for about 10 minutes. Practice Anapana. Sit comfortably, in any posture that suits you. Keep your back and your neck straight. Keep your eyes gently closed. Those who wear spectacles should take off their spectacles during meditation period. Keep your mouth gently closed and focus your entire attention on the area at the entrance of the nostrils. The area at the entrance of the nostrils. And remain aware of every breath coming in, every breath going out. Natural breath, normal breath, as it is. If it is long, it is long. If it is short, it is short. Passing through left nostril. Passing through right nostril. Or through both the nostrils. Just remain aware, do nothing. Just remain aware. Alert, attentive, vigilant, remain alert, attentive, vigilant. Constantly aware of the breath, the incoming breath, the outgoing breath, incoming breath, outgoing breath. Keep your attention steadfastly fixed on this area, the entrance of the nostrils. Like a gatekeeper, like a watchman, aware of every breath entering the nostrils, aware of every breath moving out of the nostrils. Alert, attentive, vigilant. incoming breath, outgoing breath, natural breath, pure breath, nothing but breath. Bhavatu sabba mangalam, bhavatu sabba mangalam, bhavatu sabba mangalam. Good, good. Be happy, be happy, be happy.
To conclude this amazing session with word of thanks, I would like to invite Dr. Vivek Maheshwari, PhD coordinator of Lakulish, as well as my mentor and guide.
थैंक यू ईशा। विपश्यना ध्यान के मूल बिंदुओं से परिचय करवाने वाले आज के चीफ गेस्ट और इनवाइटेड स्पीकर डॉक्टर निखिल मेहता सर, मैं लकुलिश योग विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से सबसे पहले आपका धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करता हूं कि आपने विपश्यना ध्यान के मुख्य बिंदुओं को बहुत ही सरल शब्दों में बताने का प्रयास किया, और जो क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन था उससे भी एक पता चल रहा था कि कहीं ना कहीं जो स्टूडेंट हैं, जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, वो आपसे लिंक कर पा रहे थे। फिर विश्वविद्यालय परिवार के मुखिया कहूँ या मैं प्रोवोस्ट कहूँ, और रजिस्ट्रार मैडम मेजर शिल्पा युधिष्ठिर, आप दोनों का बहुत बहुत आभार। मैं आभारी हूँ शिवम भाई, ऐश्वर्या बहन, यश भाई, सभी टीचर्स का कि आपके सहयोग से यह वेबिनार संपन्न हो सका है। इस वेबिनार का मुख्य आधार मिस ईशा पटवा, जो लकुलिश योग विश्वविद्यालय के रिसर्च स्कॉलर हैं, और आपने एक बहुत ही अच्छी संयोजना की है अपनी इस नेशनल वेबिनार जो कि विपश्यना मेडिटेशन पर हुआ है। मैं तहे दिल से आभारी हूँ आप सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स का कि आपकी सहभागिता ने इस वेबिनार को सफल बनाया है। यदि आप ऐसे ही वेबिनार और ऐसे ही एक्टिविटीज से जुड़ना चाहें तो लकुलिश योग विश्वविद्यालय के यूट्यूब चैनल को भी आप सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं। मैं एक बार फिर आप सभी का और सबसे मुख्य हमारे स्पीकर डॉक्टर निखिल मेहता सर का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करता हूं कि आप हमारे यहाँ पधारे, हमारे साथ आप जुड़े। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद सर, धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, Vivek sir, and thank you so much, Nikhil sir, for giving me this opportunity and for agreeing to be present over here for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Isha.